and I thought I would share it with you. And yeah, that's what...
Retro Rob plays everything.
Hey there, real gamers and gatekeepers, Retro Rob here, and today we're going to do something we have not done in a while. By we, I mean me and the voices in my head. We're going to look at a catalog, a gaming catalog from back in the day. This one is for a rather rare and obscure system. It's not actually super rare because it did come out in several different versions, and in other countries, I'm in the US, it was a little bit more popular than it was here. But anyway, this is the Arcadia 2001 by Emerson, and this is their games catalog, and we're going to take a look through it. So, well, let's just get started. And here we are. I believe this is the 1982 catalog. This is only listing the exciting video game cartridges available, not the crappy ones. So, you know, it's not a complete list. It's all, I'm messing with you. I mean, obviously, they're just claiming they're all exciting. I can attest to the fact that they're not all exciting. Some of them are actually quite good. I played quite a bit of the Arcadia 2001. I thought it was a competent enough system, but just not quite to, in my opinion, again, my opinion, the Atari 2600's level. All right, there's the back. If you'd like to write to Emerson, right there, you can just give them a holler. Go ask them if they've got any new Arcadia 2001 games coming out. And then this says 0782, so I assume this was posted in 1982. One interesting thing is this folds around like this, giving it nice bookends. It's a little bit different from like an Atari catalog, where it's more of a conventional book style catalog. And we'll just start here with the first page, and we've got cat tracks, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the picture. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully it's nice and clear now. It takes a little bit longer to focus. I'm recording in 4K. Anyway, it's a doggone cat chasing. Seriously, that's what it says as one of its points. The cat will turn the tables and become a dog catcher when he eats the fish. When caught, the dog is sent to the doghouse. Hurry up and clean the cat up while the dogs are gone in the doghouse. Get extra points by reading the apple when it appears. So there's a bunch of little statements about the game, but not really a description as such. Really interesting, I think. Next we have Space Attack, which is a one-player game. Try your evasive... Did I have this game? Huh. Surprised I never showed this one if I did. Space Attack. Try your evasive action to stop the spacecraft rocketing to destroy you. You have 3 missile launchers to wipe them out. Different skill levels. See the spacecraft peel off and zero onto your missile launcher. Also, you must avoid a rain of rockets. Man, the writing in this is so strange, isn't it? Not what you generally expect. Definitely not what you get out of like an Atari catalog or a ColecoVision catalog. Definitely something different. I don't think I've done a ColecoVision catalog. I should probably do one of those. Somebody's going to tell me they don't have them or something. Anyway, Escape is the next one. Looks a little bit like Berserk, doesn't it? Just a little bit. And then you're caught in a maze. And you must get out before they get you. They are not specified. We don't know who they are. That's not a point. That's just something I'm saying. Watch out for the electric weights. What the heck? Oh, electric walls. There we go. It is a bit like Berserk, I'm guessing. Watch out as they shoot at you. Watch out for the spinner. Run for your life and shoot from the hip. There we go. That one is Escape. Next we have Funky Fish. Again, very sorry about the focus. It's coming soon, and it says it's a licensed arcade game, but there's no picture there. Kind of weird.
thumbs up, comment and subscribe or I will go Skynet on your butt.
Next we have Space Raiders and Brain Quiz. Space Raiders looks like it might be a Star Raiders type of thing. If you haven't played Star Raiders, that's a game where you're inside the ship shooting at enemies. It would be a first-person space shooter. And it says, your mission, destroy the intruders. Drop your bombs to knock out the ground-based missiles. This will allow you to land for re-energizing. Watch out for the flying saucers, mutants, and also the missiles from the launching bases. Destroy them for points. It actually looks pretty okay. This is kind of what you can expect. Next we have Brain Quiz, which is, here, I'll back off a little bit. That's game number 6, and it is a 1 or 2 player game. Here you can see the art. The art is, in my opinion, substandard as well. But again, some of the games are interesting. There's a screenshot, which doesn't look particularly amazing, but you know, never know. 2 controller overlays guide players. 3 games in 1. Game 1, Mindbreaker. Your opponent puts 5 numbers into the computer and you must guess the numbers and the sequence. This is brain baffling. You can also play against the computer. And so I guess it's a guess number kind of game. I actually wrote one of those on the Commodore 64 when I was a kid. Or I guess a teen. Still a kid. Next we have Space Vultures, which I did like quite a bit. This is actually a fairly decent, I guess you'd call it a ripoff of Phoenix, or Demon Attack. Demon Attack would be another one, but it is actually pretty good and fun to play. And there's the art, and then there's the game itself. And an army of vultures is descending on your planet. Shoot them in rapid fire before they get you. Actually, it says got you. Watch out for the missiles. They are dropping. Use the energy shield to protect yourself to avoid being destroyed by the vultures. Neat. Oh, hey, I'm going to do this other feature here too. Get them all, and a second scene appears with giant birds. Giant birds. Pretty exciting. Oop, I don't want to spoil the next page for you. Next we have Alien Invaders, which looks a lot like Space Invaders. This is another one I've actually played on this channel, and it is also pretty good. Object is to destroy invaders descending on your city. You have 6 missiles. 6 and 5 minutes to play. Game speeds up as time goes on. You can fire from left or right side. Joystick or disc control. Alright, that's amazing features there with Alien Invaders. And I'm going to go on to 9 and 10 here. Alright, so here's number 9, Space Mission. And I'm going to show you this real quick. Oop, there's a screenshot. Again, autofocus takes forever at 4K. But there's that, and I'm going to show you something else real quick. This is the back of Star Strike for the Intellivision. And here, I'm going to just kind of bring this game into view. I gotta be a better way to do this, but as you can see, they're fairly similar in appearance. Neat. Or whatever. Space Mission is a 1-player game. 1 controller overlay guides play. Object is to assemble a spaceship in space. Now, that actually, while it looks in appearance like Star Strike, seems quite a bit different. You are the pilot in the cockpit, and your ship is trying to assemble 4 pieces of a spaceship. And I've never played this game, so you are racing against time. You have 2 minutes to complete the mission. Huh. So, even though it does look very close, it sounds like it's a different kind of game. So that's interesting. Well, you learn something new every day. Next, we're going to go on to Missile War. This one, here's the artwork for it. There you go, focus, you can do it. Nice. This is actually pretty decent artwork. These last two had really pretty good looking artwork. And there we go. There's a screenshot of it. Back up just a little bit and hopefully the focus will come in. There we go. Took forever. One controller overlay guides play. What the heck? They just copy and paste this? The enemy is descending on your city. You can launch missiles from the east or west to destroy the enemy. You must be quick to locate enemy and launch your defensive missiles. After missiles have been fired and enemy have attacked, your score will appear on screen. Again, just not very enticing descriptions to these games, are they? Alright, let's flip over to the other side. Alright, so here's 11 and 12. It's kind of interesting how much some of these games look like they would be in television games, considering how much it looks like the Intellivision. But just note, I mean, the processing power of the Intellivision just wasn't here in this one, and it definitely didn't have the graphical capabilities. Anyway, number 11 is Ocean Battle, and that's a 2-player game. 2 controller overlays guide players. Each player has his own fleet. Cruiser, destroyers, submarines. A second scene appears on screen when battle starts. A good strategy game and skill is required. Here we go. Let's just zoom back a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty decent to me. And then next we've got another one that's coming soon. That's Red Clash. Another one with a really great looking title. And then at the bottom, unfortunately, it says licensed arcade game and coming soon. So there's not a whole lot about it. Don't know if it ever got released or not. All right, next we have bowling right here. 3D bowling, which is pretty exciting looking stuff from the cover. It's not. And then the bottom, we have the photo, of course, of the gameplay. And I've always been a fan of Atari 2600 bowling, and honestly, I think it's a great game. And I don't know, I didn't think too much of this one, to be honest. It wasn't terrible, just wasn't that exciting to me. Who knows? Maybe I'm just weird. I think that's possible. 2 controller overlays guide players, so their spelling is as good as my reading. Exploded view of alley makes game realistic. Ball can hook right or left. Foul is called if bowler crosses the line. And there we go. Hey, this is kind of interesting. Scoring shows 4 frames or all frames at touch of button. It's nice. I mean, graphically it looks okay. It's not terrible looking, right? Yeah. Alright. Next is American football. It's a game I have not played. I did have it in my possession, though. And it actually does, I mean, graphically, take a look at it. It actually does look pretty interesting. But again, I've never been a big fan. Other than Atari's football, I actually logged a number of hours in because it was a great 2-player game. But anyway, 2 controller overlays guide players. National anthem song opens the game. That's always nice. Realistic kickoff and run back. Any and all of the 11 players on each side can be moved. That's a big plus, you know. You want them to move. Offensive player selects his play. Run, pass, field, goal. Second scene appears. Again, you know, it's I guess it does. You know, again, I was kind of complaining about the fact that it doesn't really sell the game, but it does actually describe the game, which is of value, you know? All right, next we're going to look at 15 and 16 here. Oop, I don't want to ruin 17 and 18, but guess what? It's not going to fold over nicely, so we're going to just have to start with baseball here. And here's what baseball looks like. And I'm going to back up a little bit. Try not to get too much gloss in there, and hopefully it'll focus. It did. 2 controller overlays guide players. All outfielders, hitter, pitcher, and runner can be individually controlled. Infielders are controlled by the computer. Second scene appears for a ball hit to outfield. Man, it's almost as if English is not their first language, the people writing this. Anyway, next we have soccer. Here we go. Soccer, or as we like to call it, everybody else's football. It is. That was so hilarious, Rob. Anyway, 2 controller overlays guide players, which is cut and pasted. Each goalie can be moved any place on his half of the field. All other players can move laterally, left or right. Fun events. If a goalie fouls a player, the referee will run out and give him a yellow card, and a free kick is given. I almost read that, a free kick in the groin. I really did. A second scene appears for the free kick. If the goalie gets knocked down, stretcher bearers come out to take him off the field, and a new goalie comes out. That's actually pretty cool. Sorry if I was just kind of falling off there. But anyway, yeah, neat looking game. Alright, so next we have Breakaway, which looks like a breakout style game. There's the art. If it ever focuses, come on, you can do it. It did it, it focused. There's the art, which again, not too bad. Then on the bottom, we have the game itself. Actually, it looks kind of interesting. And then I'm going to back off a little bit here. And there's 64 versions possible for this game. There are many ways and speeds to which this game can be played. Play against a computer or try to beat your opponent. In one version, you can control the ball, even after your paddle has hit it. That's actually a pretty tricky one. I'm trying to remember what I played that on. I think I played it on the Odyssey, and they had that ability, and man, what a pain in the neck that ability is. But still, it does add a lot of fun to the game. Anyway, in another version, the ball makes holes in the paddle, increasing the difficulty of play. So anyway, yeah, a lot of options, interesting game. That's worth a look-see, I would say, if you have it. Next we have number 18, Star Chess. And it looks a bit like chess. Just regular chess, except sideways. Although the pieces look nothing like chess. Yeah, let's see what it says as soon as it comes into focus. 2 controller overlays guide players. It plays like chess in a space environment. Your chessmen can have more than one life. That's kind of cool. A little bit like, what the heck was the name of that game on the C64? Yes, everything's going to be related to the C64. Archon. Reminds me a little bit of Archon then. You can make your endangered chessmen disappear, warp, then appear against at random. Again, it makes me wonder, was this stuff written in English? I mean, originally. Or was it translated, or were the people that wrote this not into English? I'm not sure, but anyway, you can actually, wait, I'm going to read one more feature in this before I go on, because it's kind of interesting. You can shoot at your opponent's chessmen in case you don't want to move to his box, or you can take him in his box. Next we have Capture, a 1 or 2 player game. Here's the artwork. Come on. I guess I'm going to give it an incomplete. That's incomplete artwork there. Here's what the game itself looks like. And we'll take a look at some of the features. It looks like it's probably a Go clone, right? Looks quite a bit like that. And hopefully this is going to focus. Hello? There. Had to give it a little bit more to go on. Go on. Anyway, Capture is a 1 or 2 player game. You could try to beat the computer or play against an opponent. You can also set the game to play against the clock. You can give or take a time handicap. This is a game of determination, concentration, and skill. It also says it's exciting and fun to play. Which actually, it probably isn't too bad of a game to try out these days, because it really doesn't depend on graphics. Next we have number 20, which is Tanks a Lot. Looks a little bit like Combat maybe? And here's the artwork, close up. in whopping and slow to focus 4K. There we go. And that one actually looks pretty good to me. I think the artwork's okay on that one. Then next, here's the game itself, which also looks pretty decent to me, to be fair. And next, it's a one-player game. Uses left side controller. It feels it should mention that. The enemy tanks are approaching. You're armed with a bazooka. Crouch, aim, fire. You got him and more points. Watch out for his shells. Close the gates to block the enemy tank. So you're like a person? Interesting. You must penetrate his barricade, warp yourself, or commanding base vehicle for safe. Lots of action and fun. Destroy all tanks, and a second more difficult screen appears. So that's kind of interesting. It actually looks like it might have been an interesting game. But as I have not played it, cannot say, but really, interesting. All right, 3 more to go. And 2 of them are listed as coming soon. One of them I played, actually. So, that's kind of interesting. Okay, we've got Grand Slam Tennis, which looks a lot like Atari's tennis here. I'm going to just straighten this out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And there's the artwork. And focus. Focus. You can do this. You can focus. There we go. And here's the game itself. And hopefully that looks really good. So this is a 1 or 2 player game. And you can play against a pro computer or against a friend. Serve an ace. Try your backhand. Watch out for the smash. Don't worry about the weather. Play Grand Slam tennis anytime. Scores and plays like the game you know. Yep. So, basic tennis game. You know, tennis games, I'll get it for saying this, but they haven't essentially changed over the years, really. I mean, they've added mechanics to it, but they're still basically the same game. So, you can probably pick up and play most tennis games. Okay, the next one is Pleiades. It says nothing about it, other than it is a licensed arcade game. And then there's the top art. And then the last one here is Jungler. And to be honest, I can't really remember this game other than the fact that I liked it. It's an arcade game of some kind, but it wasn't really it wasn't licensed. It is a licensed game. You know what? I'm totally lying to you guys. Jungler was a licensed arcade game. I did not know that. And then there's a picture of the game. And it was actually pretty good, and it was released because I've had it. And there we go. And that's it for the 1982 Arcadia 2001 game catalog. If you're interested in me doing more of these, I do have plenty of retro game catalogs. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if there's anything I can improve on in these, let me know as well. I'm not really sure totally where I want to go with these. Anyway, please do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in a couple days. Bye!